My father always told us that our biggest challenge in Canada would be the cold. That here the winters are so harsh that you can barely see the sun. My friends in Grenada teased me for months before I left. Said that I would never be Grenadian because when you go to Canada, you have to be Canadian. Between the cold and being Canadian, I don't know which was the hardest to adapt to. I never really thought I belonged in Canada. And when 4 officers in black uniforms forced themselves into my home and took my father away, I knew that I was never going to be, no matter how much they tried to make me believe it. February 29th, 2007, the day my father was taken from us. It was a leap year, so even the calendar erased its existence from our lives. In 2007, immigration detention was ruthless. My mother and I would wait hours just for a 20-minute phone call. 10 of those minutes would be for the lawyers. They'd sit across from my mother and I, telling us that there was nothing that they could do, that they had other cases to attend to, and that they were not going to serve us for $1 under their rates. So my mother went back to work, I went back to school, and my dad went home. He'd call every now and then, check in on us, see if we were okay in Toronto. When I was younger, I would always tell him that I hated Canada and that I was coming home. He'd chuckle softly and tell me that I was blessed to be in Canada, that I had free health care, a strong passport, and better opportunities, and that I'd only spent a small fraction of my life in Grenada and that I didn't know what I was missing. But there was a void, an emptiness that never really left me. And black people, they have a certain fate here, a particular unspoken destiny that everybody apparently just knows. My mother, God bless her, would never let me stray from a righteous path, never let me get distracted, and never let me out of her sight. Every evening from the age of 8 to 18, she'd come into my room before I went to bed and we'd pray. We would pray for my father. We would pray for Grammy's health and strength. And she would pray for me. She would ask God to hold me in all of the moments that she couldn't. She would pray that my heart stayed pure and that my brain stayed focused on school. And she would pray to never lose me. My life has been hard, but life is just hard for everyone. I don't think of myself as an exception, but I do think that it wasn't about the opportunities that I missed, but rather that those opportunities were never designed for me to access. I've made my peace with it. Many of my homies have. We all know where we could have been. But sometimes you can't outrun your destiny. The black person in America's destiny.